Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Chris and Ange. It's been a really challenging week, this one. Don't really know where to start. I lost my dad on Monday, just before Christmas, which was very sudden, and it's been a huge shock. He was back home. We also flooded the camper of the Mog quite badly, but we won't go into that now. I'll kind of show you what happened later on. Yeah, I can't get back for Dad's funeral due to COVID. So Ange and I have kind of gone out bush, so we're down south in an area called Denmark in Western Australia, and we're just going to do an unplanned sort of trip, just try and clear our heads and learn to live in the camper that we've built and hopefully have a really good time. At the moment we're on top of Mount Lindsay, so that was a nice little hike this morning. We had a run on the beach yesterday and trained with some mates this morning, so that was cool. And yeah, we'll see you for a little adventure.
Alright, so we finished our hike and now we are back in Denmark in the city center. We're gonna go get a bit of groceries and we are refilling our water tanks for the first time by ourselves, like adults, independent. So we found this little drinking water station at the visitor center. So if you've opened the ball valve and we wait.
Now we wait, yeah.
So according to our Topagi water monitor, we've got 118 liters left of water. So technically, that means that we could refill our water tanks for another 252 liters, which I think on average may take around 25 minutes. So we might be here for a while, you know what I mean? So while we wait for the water to fill up our tanks, we had some lovely rubbish bin over there that we've emptied our trash. So the way we do it now, I need to show you in a second a rubbish bin because I've actually made it work. But we've got the mighty trasheroo, if you remember the good old Jeep days. So once our rubbish is full inside the mug, this is where we put it temporarily until we can dump it somewhere. We can put as well recycling separately. So that's quite a cool system. Chris found a good spot for it. And this is our water filtration system. So we've got our best inline water filter, the drink water hose, and we do have a little monitor, and as well some new addition to the
ball valves
manifold that will go through at some stage very soon with you.
Yeah, and this is like an advanced water softener.
Fancy. We'll tell you about it very soon.
And man, it makes the water taste good.
And the tanks are full.
Yeah.
So Chris has spent quite a bit of time organizing the garage, still trying to kind of like figure out, you know, what goes where, but we still got plenty of space. You did very well, a very good job over there.
Thank you.
Pump check off, vent shut, everything here shut. Freezer, fridge, shut. What else? Bed down. This. Everything. Are we ready to go to the beach?
Still two-wheel drive.
Two-wheel drive. Should I walk it?
No, I don't think you'll need to walk it, because if anything's going to make it, it'll be this.
Sure.
Forward drive is on.
We are a proper boat.
That was like driving through a tar pit. That was like black.
But it didn't feel like anything.
Nah. That was deeper than it looked though, actually.
Oh, almost there. Yeah, you're good. All good. Okay, so that's here where it's a bit tighter, but not too bad. Okay, now continue. There was just a little tree, it trumps, you're good. Okay, slowly. You're good. Our first time taking a house off-roading, and to be 100% honest, it's so stressful.
I didn't find that stressful. I think you're just rusty on the old
yeah.
direction giving. I didn't find that stressful at all.
But
look, perfect.
The amazing part is the Mog just crushed it in two-wheel drive.
Got some serious scratches on the windows though, but it's inevitable. Battle scars.
Yep. But we got the view. So once we arrived to camp,
stairs are in here. Oh, I'm pretty dead. Stairs come out. They are quite heavy. Stairs go on here. And then straight down.
we're used to it now. And this is good ground for it. And Bob's your uncle.
Stairway to the house, which is locked, so I need the keys. Ta-da.
Alright, is everything...
You are more than welcome to have a check, my love.
Is everything into place at the back? How have we travelled? All is good? All is great. Happy days. Look at the view. So very happy to report that nothing has fallen. I'm always a bit obviously scared that like things will fall, and a lot of you on YouTube as well said that our cabinets may never be able to hold on with just those door catch that we've got like just right here, but they're everywhere and not a single door is open. It's a win. This is a win. Oh my god. Can't wait to put the bed back up, put a cushion, and show you our beautiful lounge. First proper ginger beer in the camper, in our fancy lounge.
Yay!
How is that for a lounge?
Looks a bit different, eh?
Look at that. This is the result that we can finally share with you. So we are super stoked with the cushion. A huge thank you to Michelle.
That's my mum. Thanks so much, mum. She paid for the cushion fabric to be done. We found a really lovely woman called Kay, and she sewed these all up in her house in like 2 days just before
It was
Christmas.
so impressive. We had
especially for us.
Yeah, we had a lot of issue finding actually a foam company. If you're after some foam to make your own cushion, definitely don't recommend foam for home. If that pops up, just don't go with them. It's been a nightmare. Anyway, we got the foam at the end, so that was good. This lovely woman Kay, I'll put her details on the description actually, because she's been a legend, so definitely recommend her.
Yeah, she pushed really hard to have these for us.
It's
for
been nice. It's been amazing for that. And the fabrics is just one that we got from Spotlight that was on sale, so it was a much better price than anything we were quoted around like $60 a meter. Anyway, that went very well in that respect.
And it's a navy color because we wanted to go with the yacht theme.
And then as you can see, we've got this little table that is a new addition. So this is the Nuroba Mapa telescopic table, I think, if I pronounce that right. So Chris will give you a demonstration right now.
So this is just a placeholder tabletop, but it goes back and forth and forward. And
the matsos are like, ooh.
And it's telescopic, so if you push the button, you can push it all the way down to the floor, or towards the floor. Yeah,
which is a really cool feature. So that's what we do. We'll show you before we go to bed what we do with that.
Yeah.
And then this tabletop, so it's something potentially temporary, or actually, we do actually tend to like the size of it.
Size is good.
Good friend of us, Socks, legend. We've got a lot to talk about with him, but he's the one who actually made this little table. He's done like this little like corner here so that you don't hurt yourself. We might just stain it once we go back to the shed, so that it matches maybe a little bit better.
Yeah,
the
preferably
Tassie oak.
we would like some more Tassie oak, so we'll see if we can find some of that on Marketplace.
Yeah.
If
this
not,
is
we'll go
red
with this
oak.
for now. This is red oak ply, but yeah, we'd be keen to get some Tassie oak, just straight butcher block.
Yeah, so this is the new little additions here. We are parked in this beautiful spot, and we had our first proper like shower off grid, which I've washed my hair for the first time, and for many men it may not seem like a big deal, but like for all the women watching, if you can wash your hair in a place like that, I think you will understand the feeling. I've used around 15 liters, which I was quite proud of, because washing hair is quite a trouble, but I know I can do better. Yesterday I had a 6-liter shower. Chris beat me with a 4-liter shower. So we are looking forward to know better the water consumption of that.
Yeah, so far the Tapaji, which was a massive risk, because we don't have, in both our tanks, we don't have a float that tells us how full they are or when they're full. So we've just got a flow meter, so we know exactly how much water we're using. And I think that works way better than the flow than the normal gauges that people usually run with, I guess. And that's worked really well. So happy with that so far. Easy to install.
And this shower head, this Medvan shower head, is really expensive, but it's somehow filled with air.
Yeah, it aerates the water. So one of the sliders on the actual head turns it into like a mist, but it's still a powerful mist. We don't know exactly how much water that saves. It's a 9 litre per minute head on the normal setting. So, but the water pressure that we've got coming from the pump's really good. So we're actually really happy with the plumbing so far. There's a couple of things that I need to change, unfortunately. Main one being this.
Oh, it's not doing it.
Of course. So, that's been cycling on and off non-stop when you turn it on, and so it does look like I'm going to need an accumulation tank, maybe like a 1 litre one that I'm going to have to mount to the wall under there. It's a Jabsco Parmax 3.5, and one of the big sales pitches for that, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get it, was because it said you didn't have to use an accumulator, it would stop the constant cycling. Well, apparently it doesn't, as far as I can work out, so I will need to get an accumulator tank, unfortunately.
And obviously right now it's super loud because we don't have the cabinetry finish here, but that will be done as soon as we come back. That will be probably the first mission, easy one.
Alright, so this video is probably coming off a bit all over the show, because it kind of is with Ange and I at the moment, because things have not gone to plan and we're kind of all over the show and a bit, yeah, just weirded out by the whole thing. So basically we drove from Perth to head down south for Christmas, right, to meet up with our lovely friends Rochelle and Yanni. They invited us to Rochelle's family farm down in Denmark for basically for Christmas and just to get away from it all and have a little bit of a break. Now, as we were gearing up to go, we were going to swing past a awesome couple's house, which is Sox and Diana, and they were going to, now Sox is a plumber, he runs a company called PlumScan. He's a bit more than a plumber really, he's more of a water engineer and sets up incredible filter systems. Anyway, he reached out, offered to help with basically the pressure test. So we should have done the pressure test months ago before we built all of the construction around the plumbing, but we just didn't get a chance to. We're in a place that has bore water, and I didn't want to fill the tanks full of sand and sort of non-drinkable, non-potable water for the first time that we run everything, because then if something goes wrong I wouldn't know if maybe sand had got into filters or something like that. So I wanted nice clean water and be able to work it out from there. So we rocked around to Sox's place, we filled all the tanks up, and unfortunately got a pretty major leak at the bottom of one of the tanks, which we got from Atlas Tanks. Now that was really unexpected. I figured that would get any leaks more towards the pump where I felt like the pressure would be greater, around the hot water cylinder. That's where I thought things would leak, or around the manifolds that I made. Instead, the only leak we had was coming out of the bottom of one of Atlas Tanks. So Sox fixed that with me, which was great. It was so nice to be able to sort stuff like that out with a professional. So it gave me a lot of peace of mind, and at that stage my bucket was very much full and overflowing, and I just wanted to be able to get away for a bit of a break. Fixed that all up, filled the tanks back up, and it leaked again to his massive surprise. So there's something weird going on there, and he's managed to fix it again, and it's holding the water perfectly. It just took another day basically. But then we found out that the top of the tanks, which are the inspection ports, they leak as well. So nothing that we could have done, they just leak, which is pretty bad. So once you fill the tanks up, the pressure in the tank basically forces water out of the top of it. Basically we got it all sorted out. We sealed up those inspection ports as best we could, so they were still accessible, but the screws and stuff around them were sealed up with like Sikaflex, so that hopefully they wouldn't leak anymore. And at the same time we basically chopped all the wood apart to make it much easier to access. It's something Ange and I should have done, put in hinges, just make it easy for storage, make it easy to access all the plumbing under there. I think we got very much to the point where we just wanted it to be done, so we cut a few corners there. That's now been fixed and we're really happy about it, because if we ever get any more leaks there, we can check them, we can get there more easily, and now, as I'll show you, there's heaps of storage space that we wouldn't have had before. It just wouldn't have been accessible. So then on the way, driving, we're just a couple of days late, no big deal, pulled over on the side of the road at about lunchtime. It was sort of a 4-hour drive, so we must have been driving for about an hour and a half. Pulled over on the side of the road, and I just got out of the truck, and it was like a waterfall coming out of the floor of the truck in all corners. I knew it was going to be bad, so I rushed, got the steps out, unlocked the door, and the second I got sort of closer to the camper, I could hear the pump cycling non-stop, so I knew something really bad had happened. Opened the door, and it was like between 5 and 10 centimeters of water over the entire floor of the camper. It was weird. I thought, look, I'm going to take a video of this. It's the only thing I could do. I was incredibly upset. You'll probably hear it in my voice. Ange was completely hysterical, as you know, rightfully so. And at that stage we thought we'd lost everything. I looked around and the whole thing was submerged like a bathtub. Here's that clip. We've lost everything. It's a swimming pool in here. We've lost everything. The shower's turned on somehow. We've lost everything. We've lost everything. So yeah, not what you want to see going halfway towards your little holiday destination. So I tried to get my head straight and I drove the truck up on blocks plus the MAXTRAX. So 2 pieces of wood, 1 on each wheel, plus MAXTRAX at the front, so that I got all the water to the back of the truck. Now the back of the truck has the least amount of electronics and appliances, so I thought that would be the best place to get the water. And as water does, it finds ways out. So it found a few little holes down, like even bolt holes that hadn't been perfectly sealed, I guess. And gradually just all the water started draining out. We were incredibly fortunate, and then it's been really warm in the Perth region and kind of windy, so it's been drying everything out. Yeah, hard to say. We were pretty upset until we realized that things were draining. We were kind of on our hands and knees for about half an hour bailing water and trying to sponge up as much we could. And then things just started drying. This thermalite floor is almost like porous, and it's almost like acts like a membrane in a way, and water can kind of seep through it and then dries really rapidly. It's pretty incredible. So we are so grateful we used aluminium, composite flooring, fiberglass to make the whole camper, and weirdly we've had no damage. I mean, the aircon was literally submerged in water. I looked under the truck, and on the 2, 1 inlet and 1 outlet, water was flowing out of it. Like there was water in the unit. There was water around the batteries, but they're sealed, so no water got in there. And yeah, it submerged the plumbing, but obviously that's fine. There's very little electrical on the floor. Most of it's running through the roof. It all dried out and we were absolutely fine. It was bizarre. About 30 minutes after the flood that we saw it, we literally just cracked a beer and just sat there. It was just the weirdest experience. Just such a strange, disturbing week that I've had. And yeah, dried everything out, and it seems to be a-okay. So really weird. I'll show you the plumbing now. But yeah, it's just bizarre. So just getting to this point right now seems a bit surreal, because it's like everything was working against us. But we're both just pretty flat from everything. Just so many emotions at the moment. It's my dad's funeral tomorrow, and obviously I can't be there. So I just want to be by the coast in nature, just with Ange, nice and quiet. Just got a few beers, so I want to toast him, and still have some internet access and some cell phone reception so that I can talk to my family if I need to. But yeah, it's kind of all we can do at this stage. So hopefully we'll have a nice time from here on out and just enjoy ourselves. Okay, so this is underneath now. Now this wasn't here before. This is all new, I guess. This is where it's been leaking out of the inspection port. Now on this one in particular, it was out of these screw holes which just spun, so really poorly sealed. This seems okay at the moment. I might even seal around the edge of the inspection opening just to make sure it doesn't happen anymore. And then down here, all the way down there, you probably can't see it, but that was the sucker that was leaking on us and was really hard to fix. But it's all good now. Everything is dry. This lifts up on its own. This is separate. And then we've done the exact same thing on the other side, and we already had that one there. So now we have a ton of storage space which is accessible. So now I can get to every square inch of the plumbing really, other than behind the shower. It's a little bit trickier, but luckily we had no leaks there. Bed's going well. Today, before we went off-road to get to this spot, we'll probably film it when we leave here. But we put the bed down just in case it was really dodgy. I mean, I don't trust it up here quite yet. That's going to need to build some confidence for me, I think. So we had it down and that seemed fine. Electrical is going awesomely. Incredibly happy with how that is going. When we drive, if this is a little bit low from the night before, the DC kicks in, and so far the max I've seen from the generator on the Mog, it's meant to be a 100 amp generator. I saw it delivering 30 amps to our house batteries here. So not great. Understandable. It's probably really old, and it is a generator, it's not an alternator. So I think that'll be an upgrade. It's something we knew we'd probably need, but I think we will. because we want the ability to be able to drive, charge the batteries, and potentially run one of our main appliances such as the aircon. I think that'll be important. Hot water cylinder is going really well. As soon as you drive for like 15-20 minutes, the coolant from the engine of the Mog heats that cylinder up so hot, so we never have the hot water on full. So yeah, tap's going well. Everything's actually working pretty well, other than we basically blew these hinges out, blew those hinges out, blew those hinges out there, from trying to have I think it was an 80 Newton gas strut on each side, so that didn't work unfortunately, so we've removed that. Yeah, just learning really, learning on the job.
Alright, so Chris is going for a little walk. It was super hot today, so we actually sheltered a little bit, but now it's like the perfect time to have a little drink outside and dinner. So I'm cooking inside, which is quite, I guess, like new for me. I'm used to cooking outside with the gas, but for this trip at least, we wanted to only bring the induction just to see if we can 100% make it work. Like, we don't want to have any backup of gas or anything like that. Obviously, once we're back on the road, we like the ability to have both. But this is what we're doing right now. I've just defrosted some chicken out in the freezer. I've got some frozen veggies, some garlic. I'm gonna make like a little stir fry. So because at the moment, obviously, I don't have any cabinetry in the kitchen. This is where I hold all my cutlery and like my plates and all that kind of thing. And this is where, at the moment, they fit. So this is like extra pantry storage. So I've got lots of dry goods. You probably can't really see very well inside. I've got pots and pans here, and this is where I put this little white basket. So that works really well in that respect. And as you can see, you'll see in the fridge, we've got just so much room. It's crazy. Like, this is luxury. Same for the freezer. So really happy with that. So I'll make a little dinner, and yeah, we'll show you a little sunset setup. Driving in Basel. You smashed it!
That was awesome.